Yeah, I remember.
Well, it's finally come to this, and it's been a long time coming. Actually, probably a couple of months, but still. Recreation of my most popular video and the #1 requested video you guys wanted me to make. So like last time, this is based on my own personal opinions, and I'm only including the original solos and Cyborg vs Terminator, not the remasters. And in case you're wondering, I will do an updated list on the remastered solos pretty soon, so yeah, just keep in mind. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, a couple of episodes have come out since my last ranking, that being Pennywise vs. Groot, Black Panther vs. Sonic, Cyborg vs. Terminator Remastered, and Pennywise vs. Patrick. Yes, sir, I'm finally the first person to say that, because I made this list pretty late. Anyway, I judge these solos based on flow, roast/jokes, how the character is interpreted, and especially beatboxing. Anyways, guys, let's just get right into it. Jesus, my opinions have changed a lot, I'm just saying. Coming in at number 28 is Sonic, and no, I'm just kidding, can you imagine? It's actually Pikachu. And all he says is Pikachu. It's kinda annoying, and he has no roast or jokes, and you know, it's just kinda hard to listen to, and the animation at the end kinda scares me, but the only thing I like is the beatboxing. The remix to You Can't Touch This is okay at most, and I just wish it was a bonus episode. And, you know, Cyborg vs. Terminator was canon. Imagine. And number 27 is the same with Groot's first performance. All he says is, "I am Groot." His voice is kinda annoying, and the use of Gangnam Style is kinda meh, but the remix of Push It kinda makes up for it. The animation keeps switching, it's repetitive, there's no actual, roasting in this episode. It's just beatboxing, which kinda defeats the purpose. It's called Cartoon Beatbox Battles, not two cartoon characters just beatboxing. Anyways, I could take it or leave it at this point, Number 26 is Mickey Mouse, and I know I dogged on him pretty hard last time, but he actually has a pretty nice flow and good visuals, and the animation is consistent throughout his performance. His roasts were okay, but hey, he tried, and it's starting to grow on me a bit. It's simple and basic, that's what I like about it. Number 25 is Goofy. I don't know, his beatboxing at the end is nice, but the rest of his performance is pretty calm and basic, plus all he's doing is calling Patrick fat and constipated. Seriously, is that it? I'm kind of biased about his remix to Clean Out My Closet, but besides that, it's a little better than Mickey's because of the neat visuals and flow at the end. Number 24 is SpongeBob's first performance, and the use of his fun song is so great, and it's just so fun and catchy. Even though he doesn't have that many disses, it's just one of those solos that's not really trying to go all out, but it's a fun little solo you can listen to, and I like how simple it is. Number 23 is Pennywise 1. His visuals were okay, and the beatboxing is okay at best. This is a nice introduction solo for his character in the series, and I'm kinda glad he beat Joker despite what everybody says. His remix is Ready or Not, and it's pretty nice, and it fits him as well. In fact, sometimes I just can't get the Red Rum part of my head, you know what I'm saying? Number 22 is Joker. Although I thought Pennywise won this battle, I like Joker's remix to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air better. It's so good. Plus, he had some pretty harsh roasts while also having a nice consistent flow. His visuals weren't as good as Pennywise's, but I felt like these two solos are on the same level, and it's super close, so it's kinda hard to decide which one I like better. Number 21 is Terminator. Now, I'm only talking about base Terminator, not the remastered version, because his remastered version is really good, okay? I'm only showing this version because he looks good animated, alright? I think the instrumentals in his base version weren't as good as Cyborg's, and the only part I liked about it was when he's transforming Cyborg into certain objects, because some of his roasts are pretty questionable, like, "You're never gonna poop again." Like, really? Did that have to be there? But yeah, it's not trying to be great, but it's passable for what it is. Number 20 is Cyborg. I really didn't want to put these two together, but I have better options higher on this list, and this was like the only decent place I can put it in, I guess. His remix to Bad is great as always, but he doesn't have really good roasts to the point where he should be higher. It's a nice, simple, but complex beatboxing that has pretty good visuals and nice tone and consistency. Number 19 is Darkseid, and I ripped on him pretty harshly in my last ranking video, but this solo is actually pretty darn good. I guess I never let it grow on me, and I'm glad I accepted it through time, because his complex beatbox is unique as well as his voice and his roast. The remix to Gangsta's Paradise is pretty good, and the visuals are just great for the animation at the time it was made. The only thing that's questionable in some shots, it just, some shots that were used, it was like over and over again, like mostly towards the end. But you know what, besides that, it's pretty good. Number 18 is Patrick 1. The remix to Get Low is great as it is, and the incoherent, inhale gibberish beatboxing at the end still holds up to this day. The visuals and the mannerisms on Patrick's face match his personality and his character so well. That's one of the reasons I love Patrick's character in the series. The only part I didn't like is that it's kind of bland. If you look at it pretty closely, all he's saying to Goofy is that he's so ugly he wants to throw up, and he does at the end, and that's it. Unlike his other two performances, he doesn't actually say anything else about Goofy's appearance besides he's got an ugly face, and it's kind of basic, but the beatboxing makes up for it, So yeah. Number 17 is Groot 2, and I know some people are going to be mad at me for ranking it so low, but come on people, all he says is I am Groot. But despite that, Groot still pulls off a nice, catchy, unique sort of beatbox that's just fun to listen to, and despite only saying one thing, his visuals that intend to roast Pennywise are actually pretty funny. But yeah, it's just a simple, catchy beatbox and nothing else, and I don't understand how most people wanted to vote at him. Okay. Number 16 is Thanos 2. And I'm sorry people, but this performance is so freaking weak. The visuals were nice to see, but Thanos is way too out of character to be pulling something like this, I know that the Solar Spider is probably Arthur fisting right now, and I don't blame him, but I don't like this round 2 performance. The beatboxing is pretty good and the roasts are okay, but besides that, it's sort of meh, I kind of get bored watching it back, and I can't really say I like the remix of Slumpin' is bad, but it's alright I guess. The beginning and the ending are the only parts I like, but it's higher than the previous beatbox solos because it could be catchy sometimes. Number 15 is Batman, and it's actually pretty great. This is the only beatbox solo to be a parody of a rock song, and it's just a head-banging gem. His roasts were pretty harsh, the visuals were great, and the vocals from both Robin and Batman are amazing. I love how people say that Robin ruined the performance, but yet Robin sounds like a mix of Sonic and Deadpool, two characters who fans love in the series. But yeah, Batman is pretty good, but it wasn't enough to beat Black Panther. Number 14 is Deadpool 1, and I didn't know where else to put it, so I kind of put it in the middle because it's really good, but not too good, The only problem I have against it, it's like his flow is too fast for his character, and it's kind of hard to listen to for what he's trying to say in this performance at first. Other than that, I love the remix to Look at Me Now. The roasts were super good, and the ending is spectacular. The fast style of beatboxing is great, and it should be implemented in his third performance. Number 13 is Mario, and like I said before, it's one of those solos that wasn't trying to be good but turned out to be really good. Although I thought Sonic won, Mario has just an upbeat party-styled catchy beatbox that's really fun to listen to, that has a great flow and great beatboxing. The roasts were not as good, but the visuals and the presence of Mario's character make up for it. Number 12 is Thanos 1, and it's pretty darn good. There's nothing else to say about it besides it just has a great hook and a great melody. I would have put it in my top 10, but it was really hard to choose between this and my next couple of picks. The style for Thanos' character is fantastic, and his roasts were really amazing. Oh yeah, no, I guess there's this. Number 11 is Deadpool 2, and yeah, I said it, Deadpool 2 is better than Thanos 1. The exploit in Deadpool's character in this episode really shines as he dances around the ring just making fun of SpongeBob's whole existence, while also having an amazing remix to Bad Mama Jamma and having great backing vocals and visuals. It's really grown on me, and I think that Deadpool beats SpongeBob fair and square with this performance. Number 10 is Deadshot, and Ace, if you're watching this, I'm just letting you know, I'm never gonna let this go. I still think that Deadshot should have won in episode 5. His remix to Move by Ludacris is phenomenal, and the roast and the wordplay he comes up with by showing Deadpool how he can shoot him in various locations around his body is just, oh god, it's so fantastic. The ending is also really amazing, probably in my top 5 best endings to a CBB solo. This is so catchy and it's really fun to listen to. Number 9 is Black Panther 1. The remix to Smooth Criminal and California Love is something I never thought would exist, but it does here, and it's great. The disses, the presence, the background vocals, the visuals, the flow, oh my gosh, I love it all. He definitely won this battle, and he should do another 90 song for his third performance.
You know which might happen because a similar beatbox that's related to him kind of sounds like Poison from BBD.
But it's fine, let's just wait for episode 14. Number 8 is Sonic 1, and it was tough for me to pick this over Black Panther for, best round 1 performance, but just, oh my gosh, it's just so good. I don't know, man. This was at number 2 last time, that it was kind of outcast by the many great performances we've had in the past few episodes, but still, it still deserves to be on my top 10 because it's super catchy, super upbeat, and just visually amazing. The style and the animation fit his character so well, and the beatboxing is just really, really, really good, man. It's fantastic. Number 7 is SpongeBob 2, and even though I said Deadpool 1 fair and square, that didn't mean I preferred his over SpongeBob's. His presence and his character almost match his actual character on the main series, and it's just great to hear a rendition of Goofy Goober Rock. It's great. The ending is so fantastic with Doodle Bob, and just, oh my gosh, this solo is so catchy. And yes, I do think it's better than Sonic 1. Deal with it. Number 6 is Pennywise 3, and I was gonna put this over another beatbox I thought was great, but I thought about it, and I was like, nah, this belongs here. I know I dogged in it like a lot in my episode 13 review, but it's actually pretty amazing. It wasn't fitting to his character, but that's what I like about it. It's a refreshing new twist that Ace tried to pull off, and I'm glad it really tried to make me think that Pennywise won, even though he didn't. I love his new style, and it's visually just fantastic, and even though he didn't beat Patrick, it was a good effort, and I'm glad that he beat Groot to make this performance. Number 5 is Sonic 2, and it's easily one of the catchiest solos to date. Even though it's a little out of his character, especially since a good portion was just talking about his dead dad, it still blows my mind how great this solo is every time I listen to it. The remix to Chemical Plant is fantastic, and the visuals are astounding. And even though the ending didn't have as much beatboxing, it was still great to see the whole Sonic cast and for him to turn into the Werehog, and it's just really, really great. And especially, if it didn't exist, we wouldn't get this masterpiece.
Oh my god!
Okay, guys. I know a lot of people are gonna be upset at me, but I genuinely think that Patrick 2 is better than Sonic 2. Sonic 2 may be catchier, but Patrick's second solo is one of those solos that never gets old to me. The disses are really good, the visuals and his flow suit his character perfectly, and the ending is just amazing. It's zen, it's calm, it's nice, I love it, dude. I don't know why, it's so amazing. I don't care what everybody else says, dude. Those farts are art. And it's super laid back and chill, and Patrick doesn't try against Thanos here, and that's what it makes it unique. Plus, the remix that I Got It Made is fantastic, and I think he beat Thanos by a landslide in this episode. Number 3 is Pennywise 2, and it's way better than his third performance. There's hardly any solo out there that can match the true evil that lies within this performance. Plus, this is the only beatbox solo that was originally made by Verbal Ace, and that's what makes it unique as well. It is visually the best performance in the series, and the way he uses his powers is amazing, and I've said it 1,000 times, but it gave me tons of goosebumps the first time I listened to this, and it's really just fantastic, and I'm a little sad that Pennywise is out, but still, this performance will never be forgotten. Number 2 is Patrick 3. Just bro, how do you compare to this? Just how? Even Ace himself was impressed by this performance, and he's usually grossed out after Patrick performs, just saying. And this is one of those performances that has 8D sound effects to it. It goes back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It goes from left ear to the right ear, it goes back and forth, so it already tells you it's going to be way different to what the audience has already heard before. The visuals and the disses are really, really great, and even though it's a bit repetitive, it's still really amazing. This is my personal favorite solo right now, but objectively speaking, number 1 is just better than this solo, which is pretty obvious at this point, but come on guys, just Black Panther 2 takes the cake. Maybe it's just me being a really big fan of the Backstreet Boys, but his style and his beatbox remix to Everybody is just great. And by the way, speaking of the Backstreet Boys, I'm just saying I'm still mad that Nick Carter didn't win the Masked Singer. But you know, it's just that's just me. I'm still pissed off, but it's whatever. But yeah, Black Panther's second performance is just perfect. Everything is absolutely perfect. The disses, the flow, the visuals, his character, nothing can ever compare to this, to this performance. And I'm glad that he beat Sonic. Hopefully, his round 3 performance is 100 times better than this. Anyway guys, if you like this video, make sure to leave me a like and tell me who you would have liked to see on number 1. Anyway guys, thank you all for just being so patient. This video took me so long to make, and I appreciate every single one of y'all who who waited this long to watch this type of video again. Hopefully I can keep putting out great videos for you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Rev out.